magenta? Liz? Red or purple I could take? Next one is Jade. Liz is right. And a shot of a bonus for DB is this one. In one of Shakespeare's great tragedies, Othello accuses Desdemona of hypocritical grief. He says that her tears are false. From the exchange that occurs between the two characters, a common expression has arisen. What is this common expression? DB?
This is the junior varsity match of the Scholastic Bowl.
Could be on TV. Crying crocodile tears. Your next question, going back to the color thing, saffron. Yellow is right, 5 points. Okay, it's 15 to 10 right now. The next question is the National Academy of Recording Arts and Sciences annually announces the winners of what awards?
The Grammy Awards?
Grammy Awards, right, Mike. You wait to be called on, okay? Good. Next question is, it is the largest of the Society Islands and was discovered by Captain Samuel Wallis in 1767. Today, it's the administrative center of French Polynesia. The chief city is Papeete. Name this tropical Pacific paradise. Anyone? That was Tahiti. The next question is, what travels through Earth at What travels through space at 66,620? Earth, yeah, right. I went for 5 points. Here's your bonus question. Compute the radius of the inscribed circle of a triangle, measuring 3 inches by 4 inches by 5 inches. Compute the radius of the inscribed circle. No, it was 1 inch. Your next question is, who wrote The Foundations of Leninism, published in 1924, which portrays Stalin as the closest disciple of Lenin? Tom?
Trotsky?
No? Stalin himself. Good. Okay. Next question. Yeah. What is a perfect number? What do we mean when we say a perfect number? An example of a perfect number would be 6, because all of its proper factors, 1, 2, and 3, add up to the number itself. So 6. Next question, so that's what a perfect number is. What nation is burdened with a $115 billion debt, South America's largest? I'm sure the number's different now, but I think it's safe to say it's still the largest. Brazil, yeah, economy's terrible. Next one. Name either of the 2 design features that make the DeLorean sports car visually different from other cars. Mike?
Folding doors and it's stainless steel skin.
Perfect, good. A shot at a bonus question for DB. Considered one of the 7 wonders of the modern world is a radio telescope with a curved surface 250 feet wide. It receives signals sent by stars and other heavenly bodies. It's in England. Name it. Called the Jobro Bank Telescope. That was a hard one. I never heard of that. For 5 points, use that. Use all those. Running out of questions here. Here's your next one.
We're here at the JV
What author's
Scholastic
full
Bowl
poem
meet.
played at Shakespeare's Globe Theatre in 1608? Oh, we had a question about design practice not that long ago. The answer was Ben Jonson. Some of these are going to be more difficult questions because I'm out of the easy ones now. Okay, I'll just go through them as buzzings. Considered No. What was Charles E. Weller's sentence that was used to test the first typewriter of Christopher L. Sholes in 1867 and that became the campaign slogan of Ulysses S. Grant in 1868? I'll say the first few words, and if you buzz it if you finish it. Now is the time. Yeah, close. Now is the time for all good men to come to the aid of the party. Okay. A square has side 5 pi. What's the radius of the circle with the same area? A square has a side 5 pi. Figure out the radius of the circle that has the same area.
15.7?
No? Actually, that's close. No, it's not. 5 square roots of pi is the answer. Let's skip the rest of these. Let's just go to a lightning round, because I know these ones are usual ones to use, okay? Let's see. High point, you get to pick first. Your choices are astronomy, vocabulary, and sports talk. Astronomy? Okay, you ready? No special instructions. Here you go. And Elizabeth, you're in the captain's chair. Here we go. What is the name for a pattern formed by a group of stars? Right? What name is given to immense systems of billions of stars?
Galaxy.
Right? What is the prevalent theory for the origin of the universe called?
Big Bang.
Right? How many times does the Earth revolve around the sun per year?
Once.
Right? The tilt of the Earth's axis accounts for what?
Season.
Right. What do these stars have in common? Sirius, Vega, Rigel, Canopus,
They're
Alpha
very bright.
Centauri? Say again?
They're very bright.
Okay, right. What is the term for the path followed by a body in space?
Orbit.
Orbit is right. What's the name for the first U.S. manned space program?
Gemini.
No. What was the name for America's first Earth orbiting space station?
Space Lab.
No. Name either of the 2 astronauts who piloted the first space shuttle, Columbia. That is time. Nice job, Bill. You picked up 7 of those. DD, get a shot at 3. Ready, Liz?
Yeah.
What's the name for the first U.S. manned space program?
Mercury.
Good. What was the name for America's first Earth orbiting spacecraft? Skylab is right. Good. Name either of the 2 astronauts who piloted the first space shuttle, Columbia.
John Glenn.
John Young or Roger Crippen?
I said Glenn.
Okay, I know. Okay. Vocabulary or sports talk? Sports talk. Your special instructions. In which sport might you, and then I'll fill in the rest. In what sport might you do each of these? Ready? Slice around the dog leg with a spoon.
Golf.
Right. Put up a hook from the top of the key.
Basketball.
Right. Squeeze the runner from the hot corner.
Baseball.
Yes. Convert the 3-10 split for a spare.
Bowling.
Good. Check your opponent at the blue line.
Hockey.
Right. Knock in a header for a hat trick.
Hockey.
No. Put up a Hail Mary to escape a safety.
Football.
Yes. Do the butterfly in the medley relay.
Swimming.
Yes. Bowl the bail off the wicket.
Protect.
No. Hit it clear from the long service line.
Tennis.
No. Nice job, DD. You picked up 7 of those. So there's 3 left open for you guys.
This is junior varsity Scholastic Bowl.
Ready? Knock in a header for a hat trick. Yes. Hockey would be
Today's date
Bowl the bail off the
is
wicket.
the 26th.
Cricket is right.
Of
And hit
January.
it clear from the long service line. No, that was badminton. Okay. Yeah, header and hockey are really great. They're all multiple choice. Okay, here we go. Does caustic mean witty, original, bleeding, or sarcastic?
Sarcastic.
Right. Does cerulean mean green, red, blue, or orange?
Blue.
Right. Does chive mean scold, praise, and yes? Does choleric mean diseased, red-faced, irascible, or uncertain?
Red face.
No. Does circumspect mean indiscreet, observed, cautious, or encircled?
Encircled?
No. Okay, that was 30 seconds I put on the clock. DV, you can pick up the other two. Does choleric or choleric mean diseased, red-faced, irascible? Huh? No, it was irascible. And does circumspect mean indiscreet, observed, cautious, or encircled? It was cautious. 30 seconds, DV, for you to pick up your 5 on vocab. Ready? Does clemency mean harshness, mercy, plague?
Mercy.
Yes. Does cogitate mean stir up, drive, ponder, or bemuse?
Ponder.
Yes. Does copious mean abundant, limited, translatable, or imitative?
Imitative.
No. Does coterie mean small house, group, dressmaker, or party?
Party.
No. Does crass mean negligent, foolish, crude, or boastful? Crude was right. You had a shot at 2 of these. High point. Ready?
Abundant.
Copious means abundant, and coterie means
Hat.
it was group. Okay.
We're here at the Port Jervis Youth Center on Pike Street in Port Jervis for the first meet of the Scholastic Bowl. We're waiting for another team to show up. So far, Delaware Valley is here and High Point is here. We have the radio station here and some coaches that are going to be asking questions. And in a couple of minutes, we'll resume the action. We just saw the JV practice.
Testing, 1, 2. Hello, hello, hello. Well, hi, and welcome to the 17th season of the annual award-winning Scholastic Bowl, the radio quiz show that allows area high school students to compete with their peers for academic recognition. Our competition is based on acquired knowledge, current events, and learning ability. And today's match features young scholars from High Point, Delaware Valley, and we hope from Kittatinny. They haven't gotten here yet, but we still have a few more minutes. Well, hi, this is Phil Dusenberry, and we're broadcasting this year live from the Port Jervis Youth and Community Center on Pike Street in Port Jervis. And our host this year is the Superintendent of Recreation, Mr. John Fagione. John, come on in here and say a word. John, we talked a lot on the radio before, but usually the setting is a little different.
That's true. Usually we're on the football field, but it's a pleasure to be here with some young scholars from the community.
Thank you, John, and thank you for being so helpful in setting us up. And right now, it's time for us to meet our coaches. Well, the coaches are here. Boy, this is like a repeat of last year's semifinals. We've got 2 of our top teams from last year, High Point and Delaware Valley are here. And right now to my left, Joe Santora, the coach of High Point. Joe, tell us about who's back on your team, and of course I see a few missing faces.
Well, Phil, we have Liz Cooper-Smith back for her 3rd season, and 2nd season for Jared Buck, and we have 2 newcomers this year that you'll get a chance to meet a little bit later.
Okay, what do you guys do during the off season to keep in shape, so to speak? Besides lift weights and everything, you know.
Well, we have a strenuous workout. We try to do a little cross training in the off season, get us in shape. A lot of work.
All right, we're going to find out today who has the win or not. All right, we know Delaware Valley is to our right. And of course, veteran coach Kevin DeVicia is here. And Kevin, you see a few new faces for your boys and girls as well.
There's a few new faces, but we've really only lost a few really key people. We had a long season of intramurals, and these guys click their pen caps over and over again to make sure that they're ready to go. So we're looking forward to the match tonight.
Okay, thank you, Kevin DeVicia, Delaware Valley, Joe Santora of High Point, and we're hoping that Kittatinny gets here in time, and Coach Tracy Earl. So right now we've heard from the coaches, and we'll meet the student contestants in just a moment. to our contestants now. Let's start with High Point, as we'll let each of the contestants introduce themselves. We'll start with Sarah.
Sarah Arnold, I'm a freshman.
I'm Christian Larson, I'm a junior.
I'm Liz Coopersmith, I'm a senior.
I'm Jerry Buck, I'm a senior.
All right, High Point's for players. How about the school news? What is going on over in High Point?
Well, we're happy to be here, Phil, and we owe it to our advisor's keen sense of perception that the old Elks building is the building with the big Elks heads on it. So now that we're here, we're glad. And we're without Katie Hoffman and Jared Henke, who were 4-year members of the team, and Katie Hoffman is now at the University of Pennsylvania, and Jared Henke is at NYU, and they're both doing really well, continuing with their lives past academically. The boys basketball team has won 6 in a row, and both ski teams are undefeated. The play this year is King and I, and Christian is the Prime Minister. Michelle Genolfi, junior at High Point, got elected to be the state president of the State Student Council in New Jersey. And this is quite an accomplishment. And in winter track, the boys shuttle curl team placed 4th in the state relay.
All right, thank you. That's Captain Elizabeth from High Point. And now let's go over to the team in the middle, and assuming Kittatinny gets here. Right now it's the team straight ahead of us, and that's Delaware Valley. And let's have the Warriors introduce themselves.
I'm Mariah Robbins, I'm a sophomore.
Brent McNally, junior.
Steve Costello Jr. Dan Steve sophomore.
Okay, BB, what's going on? Who's giving the news? Looks like Brent.
I got it. The boys basketball won the first half league championships last week. It's they have to play one half of the team so far and came out champions. Liz Rothstein and Clarence Bingman have been chosen to go to Washington for a presidential classroom. Congratulations to them. Tryouts are being held for the spring musical Pippin that they went on this week. OM teams are getting ready for regional competition on March 6th. We have good luck to the girls and boys swimming team who have away meet in West Scranton this afternoon. Report cards come out next week. A little bit on how we did last year at Nationals. Last year at Nationals, we had a 1-3 record playing some tough teams. We lost to 3 teams that were 4-0, and all of them made the playoffs, I believe, and all of them were in the top 10. We had lots of fun. Hope to do that this year. And our top 10 list, can't forget about that one. Top 10 reasons Perkins didn't want to host us again this year. They had to establish a 3-hour time limit on all you-can-eat night. Number 9, when we didn't leave a tip, the waitresses came after us in an angry mob. Number 8, the workers at Perkins were hypnotized by the flashing buzzers. Number 7, when the Perkins employees began to beat us, we knew it was time to leave. Number 6, Perkins said for every wrong question we had to wash 1 dish. Number 5, how much of that restaurant music can you take? Number 4, $25 is enough for 15 people anyway. Number 3, those roaches in the kitchen didn't look too appetizing. Number 2, after they caught Mr. DeVizia lining his pockets with garbage bags, they told him never to come back again. And number 1, when Phil Dusenberry found out there was no French salt pie left, he turned green and grew muscles and scared all the customers away.
All righty.
Our coach is Kevin. Watch me wrestle that alligator to DeVizia.
All right, thank you, Delaware Valley, and I'm sure Perkins thanks you very much there. Don't worry about that. So we have our 2 teams, 2 of the 3 teams are here. We're still hoping that Kittatinny can get here to participate at least in part of this competition. So you've had our contestants introduce themselves, you've listened to the school news, and thank you, contestants. And we'll have the start of round 1 right after this. Our 9-minute first round here at the Scholastic Bowl, where each buzzer question is worth 5 points. Now, each time a team has correctly answered 3 buzzer questions, it is eligible for a 15-point bonus question. Other teams, the other team as it is, may attempt to answer a missed buzzer question, but not a missed bonus question. Only the contestant pushing the button may answer, and again, wait until you're called upon to give your answer. However, team members may confer during the bonus questions with the answer being given by the captain. Okay, here we go, 9 minutes. All right, first 5-pointer. Speaking very recently in Mexico City, what world figure envisioned, okay, Elizabeth of High Point.
Pope.
That's correct. All right, next question. When Mark McGuire hit his 70th, whose home run record did he break? All right, DV, Steve.
Roger Harris.
No. Jared? I saw it. Yes, it was McGuire's own record. Trick question. All right, number 3. Who is the chief House prosecutor in President Clinton's impeachment? Okay, Elizabeth of High Point.
Ken Starr?
No. DV, anyone?
Henry Howard.
All right, that's it, okay? The answer, the question is, who is the chief prosecutor in the President Clinton's impeachment trial? And it was Henry Hyde. Okay, here's the 2 later, I had to go here. All right, next toss-up. Before 1949, if someone were wishing to play a phonograph record, at how many revolutions per minute must his turntable have been turning? Jared, High Point.
45.
No. Brent DV.
33.
No. Answer is 78. Okay, next question. What's the nationality of Lope de Vega, who wrote over 1,500 plays and may be the most prolific author in Western literature? Okay, Maya, DV.
Spanish.
Spanish is correct. Okay, next 5 points. What, in 1986, did U.S. health officials advise heart attack victims to take daily to reduce? Okay, Brennan, DV.
Aspirin.
Aspirin is correct. Okay, next 5-pointer. Tanya works as a secretary making $6 an hour for regular pay and time and a half for any hours over 40 worked in 1 week. What would Tanya's gross pay for 1 week in which she works 48 hours? Math question, Dan buzzes in from DV.
$312.
$312 is correct for Delaware Valley. Okay, next toss-up. In geology, what's, oh, bonus, okay, let's go to our 15-point bonus for Delaware Valley. All right. To which class of mollusks does the octopus belong? Bonus for DV. Okay, DV, what is your answer? All right, cephalopoda. All right, back to the toss-up. Okay, in geology, what's the prime shaper of landscape? Okay, Jared of High Point.
Running water.
Correct, water is correct. Bonus now coming up for High Point. Okay, the life expectancy of a certain model TV set closely approximates the normal curve. The estimated average life of these sets is 11 years, with one standard deviation of 2 years. What is the probability that the TV set of this model that you buy will last for more than 9 years? State your answer in decimal form, round your answer to the nearest tenth. Tough math question here. Okay, High Point, you want to take a shot at it?
Uh, 33.25%.
No, it's 0.8. Tough question, tough question. Okay, back to the 5-pointers here. All right, what is the science of farm management called? All right, Brent, BB.
Agricultural management.
No? Anyone from High Point? Okay, answer is agronomy. Agronomy. Okay, next question. Does the process of pasteurization destroy the butterfat content? Pathogenic bacteria? Okay, Steve would be.
Pathogenic bacteria.
That's correct for the U's. Okay, next question. Which century's architecture does Williamsburg, Virginia represent? Brent, BB.
That the 16th.
No? All right, Elizabeth? No? One more, 18. Next toss-up. Mark Twain wrote of this town. Brent, BB.
Is it Cairo?
No? Elizabeth? High Point?
St. Petersburg?
No, it's Hadleysburg. Okay, next toss-up. State parks cover 10 million acres of the United States. What state has the most state parkland with 3 million acres? Name of the state. Okay, we got Dan.
Wyoming.
No? I want to guess at this? Elizabeth?
Colorado?
No? Alaska. Alaska. All right, another toss-up. In which sport is the Breeders' Cup awarded? Okay, Steve of BB.
Horse racing.
Horse racing is correct for Delaware Valley. Okay. Now, if you're traveling eastward along the border between Iowa and Missouri, what's the next state you'll run into? Okay, we got Dan.
Illinois.
Illinois is correct for Delaware Valley. All right, another bonus for TV. All right. Who was called the world's largest innkeeper when he acquired the Statler Hotel chain?
Donald Trump.
No. Good guess, but Conrad Hilton. Hilton. All right, back to the toss-ups. Okay, in terms of square mile area, the three largest U.S. cities are all in one large state. Which state is it? Okay, Dan and DV.
Florida.
No, not Florida. High Point Liz.
Texas?
No, it's Alaska again. Okay. All right, now we're going to talk about things dealing with the Manhattan Project. All right, the first nuclear chain reaction was produced by Enrico Fermi in this Illinois city. Jared, High Point.
Chicago.
Chicago is right for High Point. All right, next toss up. The technicians and physicists work out of this New Mexico town. Okay, Jared? High Point.
Colorado.
Say that again?
Colorado.
No? Any guess, TV? Okay. Los Alamos. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm fast. I don't know. Chemistry, toss up now. This is about chemistry. pH values as low as 2.0 in Canada provide evidence of what pollutant phenomenon? Okay, Brent, DV.
Acid rain.
Acid rain is correct for DV. All right, quartz is mostly made up of what element? Okay, Dan, DV.
Carbon.
No, not carbon. High Point.
Carbon.
No, silicon. Silicon. Okay, another toss-up. What continent has the highest population density? Dan, DV.
Asia.
No. High Point, want to guess? Christian?
Europe.
Yes, Europe is right for High Point. Okay, another toss-up. What 19th century German poet's Prometheus might be seen as a motto for the Sturm and Drang movement? Okay, Christian, High Point. Goethe is correct.
Bonus.
Okay, bonus coming up now for High Point. All right. The length of a plank is 10 meters. It is being used as an inclined plane with one end of the plank 2 meters off the ground. What is the ideal mechanical advantage? Join the Auxiliary Territorial Service, signing in as number 230873, age 18, eyes blue, hair brown, height 5'3", name, second subaltern Elizabeth Alexandra Mary Windsor. Who was she? Okay, Mariah, DV.
Queen Elizabeth?
Okay, which one?
The second?
Right, okay, that's correct for DV. Oh, a couple of medical questions. What has a doctor checked if he gives you systolic and diastolic pressure figures? Okay, Dan, DV.
The eyes.
No? Elizabeth, okay. Blood pressure is correct. Way to like off here. So that's correct for High Point. Okay, a mental disorder. All right, we'll have to stop there. So, with the score from round one, as we can figure from these two teams who have been having dog fights for years, High Point, thanks to that bonus answer, has 50, Delaware Valley of 40. So an exciting match going on. I think we've got a few new players who came up for DV. Let's let the new players introduce themselves.
I'm Josh Sayer. I'm a junior.
Okay, Josh? And that's it, huh? All right. Now, this is going to be the lightning round, so let me read the questions here twice. I'm going to read it to you now first. Sorry I didn't give it to you before. And then we'll explain what the lightning round is. The categories will be the 12 apostles, Army, pop musicians of the 60s. Maybe advised to do that on that. Next category is making the grade, setting, and 7-letter words. Those are our categories. Let's explain the rules here in round two. This is called our lightning 60-second round, in which the buzzer is not used. Contestants will be allowed to confer, and the answers will be given by the captain. Each team will attempt to answer 10 questions, and each correct answer is worth 10 points. Plus, there's a 20-point bonus for acing all 10 questions. Yeah, right, this year, We had too many of those last year. Okay, any missed questions may be answered by the next team. Okay, so the team with the fewest points from round one has the first of 6 categories for this lightning round, and that's going to be Delaware Valley. I'll repeat the topics again. 12 apostles, army, pop musicians of the 60s, making the grade, setting, and 7-letter words. Okay, DB, what is your, pick your portion, man.
We're gonna go with 7-letter words.
Okay, one of the last category mentioned, 7-letter words. Okay, here we go. What term best describes a literary work that remains widely read over a long time period?
Classic.
Correct. What name is given to volcanoes that have been relatively quiet for a long period of time? Correct. What force prevents the Earth's atmosphere from being lost in space?
Gravity.
Correct. About 99.95% of an atom's mass is located where?
Nucleus.
Correct. What branch of the United States Armed Forces guards American embassies?
Marines.
Correct. In which country did the Protestant Reformation formally begin?
Germany.
Correct. Name the Tennessee city which has the largest cotton market in the United States.
Pass.
Okay. What term describes a series of Chinese rulers, usually lasting for at least...
Dynasty.
Correct. What name is given